Frank and I go way back. I first met him in high school, and over the years, we've become really good friends. And I'm a big fan of everything he does. And he's always really been supportive and embraced everything I've always done artistically, whether it be music or drawing or whatever. And he's always asked me to do designs for him, and he's one of the first people that ever used my designs. So it's really cool that to this day I'm still doing that for him. And I get asked to draw a lot of stuff or do artwork, but it's kind of rare that I get asked to play on things. So when he asked me to come into the studio with him and Tommy and record one song for the Empty People record, I was like, wow, yeah, of course I'll do that. And then I found out that Eugene Robinson was doing the vocals on this. And I was like, oh my God, Oxbow is one of my favorite bands. I've seen them several times. I rarely miss one of their shows. And I actually took some photos that ended up in their thin black book a while back, which was like an honor for me. I'm the type of person that really like direction, and I like people to tell me what they're thinking or want. And before I, approach a piece of artwork, and I guess I should take it as a compliment that I don't get that a lot, which means that people just kind of want to see what I come up with. And the direction I do get is usually a few words. And in this case, it was Eugene kicking people's asses. I thought that was fun, a fun place to start. And many years ago, I think I was going on a road trip. I bought the audio book Fight by Eugene Robinson, and I listened to it, and it was awesome. Or the end was hilarious. I'll never forget the end. But he kind of spent a lot of this book exploring the idea that there was a style of fighting that was developed in prison, and it was because of the enclosed spaces and the limited amount of space you would have to fight. It was almost like a martial art that was meant for fighting in these small corridors and little boxes, basically. And so I kind of had this in mind when I approached this artwork, but I also didn't want to just straight up make a caricature of Eugene. I kind of wanted to do it in kind of that fantastic way, or kind of make the renderings of how I saw him, or how I see him, which is kind of this like really powerful presence, but it's also kind of got this gentle humanity to it, I guess, for lack of a better term. But so throughout this, there's a few renderings of how I kind of see Eugene. Like, you talk to him in person, he's just this really nice, polite guy, and then he gets on stage and he kind of transforms into this other being that kind of has this crazy energy to it. And I guess that's why I love Oxbow so much, is because every time I see the band, it feels like an experience. It's always different. And I tried to represent the black tape over the ears too. So wherever that's seen in this piece of artwork, that's supposed to represent Eugene. But I really tried to keep in mind his book, and I really tried to make this representative of how I saw the record, which is just, I think it's amazing. The record itself kind of is in line with. It's kind of interesting how those guys, like the guys in Menace the Bastard, and how they kind of were on the fringes of jazz in a way. They kind of had this weird, like if they just kind of turned off the distortion, they might actually just sound like a modern jazz combo. And that's kind of what I saw what Andrew and Frank were doing. It was kind of almost like a freeform type jazz thing. So but not free form because it's got insane structure to it. I found it to be really challenging to actually play on it. But anyway, it was an honor to do both the artwork and to play on this record. So I hope that people dig it.